This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV. We're at Cloud Expo East in New York in 2014, and we're sitting with Jeff Morris with GoodData. Jeff, welcome to the show. Why is GoodData good, and why are you here? What are you doing?
Thanks very much, Roger. GoodData is here at the show. We're an analytic platform as a service for business intelligence. So we automate the entire end-to-end process of ingesting data, turning it into, oftentimes it starts out as unstructured, turning it into some type of structure, and then assimilate that into a data warehouse, perform analytics upon it, and present it to many users, or as many users as possible. We love the idea of supporting what we call an all-data enterprise, or encouraging companies to become all-data enterprises. And as they do that, they'll use more of their information, they'll share it with more people, and ideally gain better insights, maybe create a competitive advantage or two.
You mentioned platform as a service. How much education do you do with your customers? Maybe how has that evolved in the last year or two? Are they coming to you saying, I need this, or I need to solve a problem? What do they come to you with? How does that discussion go about platform as a service?
Well, the way they're coming to us, sometime last year we were selling application templates, and they would be looking for specific solutions for specific problems like sales or marketing. What we're finding now is IT organizations are coming to us and asking about the platform as a service and trying to automate some much more challenging types of situations. Use cases like social analytics, taking things like Twitter and Facebook and Yammer, and joining them together to understand what external customers are having issues with, what they're raving about, that kind of thing, and then perhaps integrating it in with the traditional sales, marketing kind of activities.
Well, now with your customer base, then I'm hearing a variety of skills. I won't generalize, but when you're talking about social media, and you're talking about Yammer, you're talking about Twitter, you're talking about integrating that, sometimes that's a different generation of the people. And so what sort of teams are presented to you? Are they kind of across the board, like I'm imagining?
Well, yeah, there's certainly a cross-section, but then our customers break into two particular groups. There's the powered by group that is creating customer-facing applications and embedding analytics within their own products. So they're sort of the new breakthrough ISVs and breakthrough technology vendors. And then there's the traditional vendors who have a solid IT staff, but a lot of this cloud-centric data. So while they talk a lot about the newfangled types of social media or types of data sources, they're still experiencing all of the same problems that IT organizations have experienced 10 years ago, which is trying to support and integrate and bring together information from all kinds of different data silos. And the silos now are in the cloud as well as on-premise and as they were traditionally.
When you mean analytics, is any of this in real time, or is it, like you said, prying stuff out of silos? Is there a continuum of urgency, I guess, with the data that they're analyzing?
Some of it is real time. Percentages of it are real time. The particular use case of constant streaming and constant feeding isn't really in our wheelhouse. But the more traditional styles of data warehousing, of gathering information that you're going to keep for a while, and then turning it into analytically rich information in the form of data marts or end user dashboards, that's really the kind of things that we're automating. Now, you referred to cycle time, and cycle times in terms of, especially in the case of GoodData's platform, we're finding customers are able to get up to speed very, very rapidly on their first deployment, and then and then subsequent deployments after that. They're able to cycle through and operate as an agile kind of environment, constantly improving their analytics almost every day.
My head hurts. I think of the poor enterprise people. A lot of people talk about SMAC, social, mobile, analytics, cloud. They're talking about DevOps. They're talking about agility. They're talking about big data as they define it. Internet of Things is starting to evolve. And, they forget that their job is to drain the swamp, I think is what happens. So with your customers, let's focus on the cloud for a second. Has that evolved in what sort of cloud architectures you're looking at? I'm going to guess there's a lot of hybrid. How's that complicating things? Is this as difficult an issue for your customers as I think?
Well, for our customers, it's not quite as difficult as you think because we're an end-to-end platform as a service, so we're already baked in and built out. So we operate in the Rackspace environment. We have our own private cloud, and we're really just providing that analytics service to our customers, so they don't have to worry about the underlying infrastructure, the underlying networking, or the underlying technology systems. And we actually interchange those as necessary based on both how modern technology is evolving or customer-specific requirements. We're definitely seeing an uptick in customers' desire to increase the volumes of data that they handle and evaluate and perform analytics upon. So that's causing the need for newer technologies like the adoption of HP Vertica as our primary data warehouse, or the as I said before, the migration that we just performed of moving our systems from more of the types of clouds you were describing, a hybrid cloud or a public-private cloud that we had in AWS, to our fully privatized environment that we've done recently.
I'm glad you mentioned volume. I was thinking about sizes. What is the size of the big data? Is this important, or how important is it, and what sort of range are you looking at?
Well, as I said, we like to characterize it as all data. So it could be big, could be small, could be spreadsheets, could be internal, things like your internal operational systems, or based in the cloud, things like Salesforce, Marketo, Google Analytics, Zendesk. Those are all applications that are cloud-based that are really driving the growth of the analytic industry or the data that's powering the analytic industry.
How are people going to find you? I'm going to guess it's GoodData.com, but I'll let you tell folks how to contact you when they need to know more about your company.
GoodData.com is exactly the way to find us, and you'll see us. Our Twitter handle is also GoodData, so we're pretty much. It's a pretty easy one to remember,
even for me. GoodData.com. Thank you for coming to the show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.